So I've prepped these LEDs, as you can see here, for me to test out the possibility of putting it on this. Now I mentioned before, I have to drill holes here, and to centerize it. And since I'm not going to use the little holes to put it on the part, it'll be glued on once this is finishing. I finish painting, cutting it, putting on the photo etch part, then priming it and painting it. And then once that's done, it'll go right on top of the plate. The plate will hold the LED lights that you see here. These are 3mm lights. I have 5mm lights, but they're not as strong. I don't know. I picked them up on sale on eBay a long time ago. And they're not as strong as these 3mm LED lights. I wish I knew the illumination or what do you call it, the model or whatever. All I know is that these use 3 watts. And to take a look at, as a refresher, I'm going to show you using this little LED, this little CMOS battery. Positive and negative is over here. So actually, I kind of did it. Yeah. Okay. So everything on this side is positive, positive. Everything on this side is negative, negative. And the reasons why I did it in this format. When I was doing LED lights for like previous Gundam kits and other model kits, I did it in a way where I just did, actually, it'd be a lot easier to do it this way, like, so wire, then solder these two, or wire here to solder, wire here to, so the format would be a serial connection. So it would be positive to negative, positive to negative, positive to negative, or reverse, as I said. So I did that with a lot of kits. The most famous one that I've built is of course the Ifrit, where I put 2 LED lights on the thrusters of its legs, which was nice, but not as powerful as I realized. And now come to think of it, I wonder if putting on those photo etch parts will allow the light source to show through the thrusters. We'll think about that later on. Just thought of it right now. But anyway, so the purpose would be to create, that was a serial connection. This format would be a parallel setup where one wire connects from here to here, here to here. So one wire connects to the negative going all the way to the battery or resistor, and then the positive will connect separately, together as well. So that way the power distribution is distributed evenly to the source. So instead of me having 3 of these guys to power up one light, power each light, one of them is required. And as an example, I actually went ahead and did just that. So as you can see, it's separated by negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Yeah, it's a little weird, but it does do the job. Wrong way. There we go. See? Perfect. Now the big question is, and this is where I'm not very good with electronics. Maybe I ask you guys. Would 12 volts, which is from this Cellmax battery that I have, which is right here, maybe it'll be enough for this, but will it be too much? I know that I have the resistors. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get the resistors right now. It's from this little container full of LEDs, and this pack of resistors, which is resistors 220 OHM, 220 ohms. So I don't know how many ohms do I need. Do I need 1 ohm? Do I need 2 ohms? Do I need 3? That is the question. I don't know yet. But I'm going to continue doing this, soldering them, then snipping it off, and then Again, funneling it in a way where it goes through the legs, under the connection where the waist is, and onto the base, which is something I want to show you. Now, this is a clear base, as you can see, and there's enough spacing here for me to create a battery connector, maybe put the resistors here, put the switch here. I was thinking of putting it here, but since there's so much room, we can put the switch there. And the switch is, I have some switches here. See? Little switches right there. So the question is, how am I going to do this and not have two little funny wires sticking through all this? Sticking one through here, one through here. That's easy. Don't need a clear. Don't have to worry about this clear part. I'm going to paint this clear part. As a matter of fact, I'm going to paint this white and maybe this part red. Be similar to, actually no, I think it's the other way around, but I haven't thought of what color we give it. But doing that, I'm going to funnel the wire through there and paint it over it. So it'll go right through there. I'll make a little hole there, or maybe I just make the hole through there in this clear area, and then just funnel it down, snake it down, boom, right there. But this is where it gets crazy. I don't want to do a wire where it goes all the way up to the kit. I want to do a wire with a connection where it goes up to here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tilt this a bit. Sorry about the mess. I put that here, and I'm going to get this part that actually goes right on top of it. So this goes like that to hold it in. I don't know if it's that way or the other way, but I got to figure it out. Plus, this thing holds on really strong, so I don't have to worry about it wobbling around. So my thinking is put one here, two copper plates, thin copper plates, here and here, and then put two copper plates here and here. So one copper plate will be connected to the positive, the other one will be connected to the negative, and the same thing here. And then all I need to do is put it right on top, and now the connection is complete, and all I have to do is switch it, turn on the lights, and boom, the kit is lit up. What do you think of that idea? That should be easy. I was going to do it in here, but then it would. I don't want to ruin the strength of this, so I want to make sure it stays put. But I don't think there's going to be any issues if I put it through there. Yeah, I don't think so. Even if it sticks up a little bit like there, it's still fine. There you go. So let me continue on with this and see how it comes out. Through trial and error, I was trying to figure out how to do this properly. And at one point I was actually going to not do this, but since I've already committed with the lights, and here it is, and I put an extra wire there. I haven't shaved off the remaining metal here, but I will soon enough. I said to myself, I might as well keep going. What harm could happen? So, as you can see with this, I made little holes, and I expanded the holes a little bit using the knife, so those little LEDs can squeeze right through there, but not all the way. So when I put the thrusters over it, it's just enough of the light to get through the holes of the thrusters. Now, I did two things which unfortunately I did not record. I cut holes on the thrusters as here, but it didn't look right for me to do the just a little light bulb there. So I used these photo etch parts, as you can see. I'm going to zoom in right now. And these are perfect for the thrusters, as you can see. They go on nice and smooth. But I won't glue them just yet because I need this to be painted separate. Now, for this, the light bulb has to go right through here. Now, and be like right there, not all the way, because it'll hit the back of this. So I want it to be just at maybe like a millimeter or so, just like right up to there. And I put these little plastic these plow plates, these custom plow plate that I had for a while, and I cut them, and I used them as a guide, so I can put it in. Once I'm ready to commit, of course, I'm going to put glue on it, like a crazy glue, so that way it'll stay on like that, and see, it'll stay, nice and straight and even. But this came out pretty nice doing this. Look at that. So give me a minute while I try that right now. Alright, so I put on these parts here. There's some crazy glue that needs to be cleaned up, but there's the LED lights sticking out like so. And I glued them on using crazy glue, and I used the electrical tape to cover up the wiring. I snipped off a lot of the little metal parts here, which I will keep and put them to the side. They're perfect for soldering. But yeah, this came out pretty nice. So far this came out pretty good. But now I want to test this. So we are going to try to do this in a way where it's easy for me to do. Now I have a 3-watt battery here. Now again, this is all parallel. So if I connect these two wires, which is the positive, and these two wires, which is the negative, to the battery, it will still work with 3 watts, even though each watt is 3 watts each. That's a total of 12. But that's if I would have done a serial connection. This is a parallel. Let's see how this works. So I'm going to do this. Put that there. Do that. Alright, moment of truth. Nice. Ooh, that came out really nice. Let me zoom in on this. Excellent. Excelente. Now, let's see what it looks like with the thrusters on. That is actually not bad. It's pretty good. I like that. The light source is showing under this part, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably, you know what, I want to, well, maybe I could put something around here to extend it out a bit. Yeah, and then that way it doesn't show the light. But then again, it's going to be like this in the model, so actually no, it's going to show. So I got to at least cover up the sides a bit. Maybe put a thin layer of plow plate, just a little, to extend it up a bit to show this off. But yes, that is really nice. Really nice indeed. Wow. What do you guys think of that? So I did one, I got to do the other. I got to assemble the foot, or the thrusters, and then the wiring has to work where it has, 2 positive wires and 2 negative wires has to go down the leg and then meet up at the groin area of the ship, and then merge those 2 wires there. And now I'm thinking, do I still use a 3-watt battery? Do I use a 2 of these, or do I use the 12-watt battery? that is, I can never figure it out, these the wattage and all that stuff. Maybe somebody can help me out here. So send me a message if you can. Explain. Remember, 12 3-watt batteries. 12 3-watt LED lights in parallel. What would be the wattage? What would be the battery? Would it be a 3-watt battery, 6-watt, 9-volt battery, 12-volt battery that I showed you before? Guys, help me out if you can.